game, you might want to go check that out on the on-demand portion underneath the way you got to this ball game. As soon as you click on demand, that game will show up as the William Penn women defeated the number 8 ranked Central Methodist women 66-64 in overtime. So that's why this game's running a little late. That's why it was saying on your screen that the broadcast had not started yet, because it went to overtime and it went a little longer than anticipated. So we're just about set men's action here in this ball game. William Penn comes in the number 5 team in the nation, 15-1 on the season, 9-1 in the heart, and they are averaging per game 105.6 points per game. They are giving up 80. They are winning by an average of 25 points per ball game. So, a tall task in more than one way for the Eagles tonight. Eagles come in with a record of 5-11, 4-6 in the heart, come off of a double overtime victory over Benedictine on Monday night. And I've got their schedule here. I think they are on the road at Baker this weekend. Let me see if I can find, and that would be the 18th, and that is Saturday. They are at Baker, women's and men's ball games. Coaching staff for the Eagles, Jeff Sherman in his 35th season at Central Methodist as the head coach. His son Matt Sherman is the associate head coach in his 5th season. Jay Jones and Carl Martin are grad assistants, both in their 2nd season here. Student assistants are William Anderson and Josh Morrow, both in their 2nd season as well. So the longtime coach, Jeff Sherman, in his 35th season at Central, says that this William Penn team might very well be the best team in the nation this year, that he thinks the next poll comes out, they will move up to at least number 4, if not a little further up, as they score a bunch of points. The Eagles, on the other hand, have had trouble during the year with sustained offense. They score 74.6. They give up 78.6. So if everybody played to their average, the score of this ball game would be something in the neighborhood of 106-75. Doesn't sound very promising. But we just saw the William Penn women pull off the upset against the Lady Eagles. And we'll be having the prayer and national anthem in just a moment, as we're down to the last 15 seconds on the game clock before we get set to go. Both sides going to line up. We'll try and get you the audio of the prayer and the national anthem here in just a moment. And they'll read the public service announcement put out by the Heart of America Conference about sportsmanship. And they will do that in just a second. And then we'll have the starting lineups for both sides in just a moment after the prayer and the national anthem. So we'll try and get you some audio on that, and we'll be back right after that's finished.
Almighty God, you have created us to strive for our best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans the strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. Help us to honor you today in all we do on and off the court, and make us witnesses to your glory. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
We're ready for the introduction of the starting lineups for both sides. Again, the number 5 team in the nation, that would be the William Penn Statesmen. They say they ranked 3rd, so the poll came out. What? Karmari Newman, a 6'4 junior from Detroit, Michigan, number 0. Kevion Blaylock, a 6'6 junior forward out of Houston, Texas. Chance Crusoe, a 6'1 freshman guard from St. Louis. Dexter Hood, a 6'4 senior guard out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And number 12, Nathan Gehrig, a 6'10 junior forward out of Waukee, Iowa. They're coached by John Henry in his 19th season. Assistants Blake Sundquist and Don Higginbotham. For Central Methodist University, at a guard, number 1, a 6'4 sophomore out of Kansas City, Isaiah Burton. At a guard, a 6'1 senior out of Kansas City, Missouri, number 5, James Bird II. At a guard, a 6'2 senior out of Normal, Illinois, number 10, Josh Robinson. A 6'6 senior forward out of Peru, Illinois, Christian Soderholm. And a 6'11 junior from Magliasburg, South Africa, Rain Hartman. So there are your starting lineups for both sides as we get ready to go. A few minutes late, if you missed it, the women's game went into overtime and the Lady Statesmen upset the Central Methodist Lady Eagles 66-64 in overtime. All right, so we're up in the top of the stands, and it's going to be a little bit hard to see some of the numbers as the Statesmen are in dark uniforms with dark numbers trimmed in gold, perhaps. So it'll be a little tougher. The Eagles in white, trimmed in black and green, will come out. They'll be going from our right to our left as you look at it. And it will be Gehrig jumping against Hartman to start. Gehrig is 6'10", Hartman listed 6'11". And Hartman gets the tip back to Robinson, and we're underway from Puckett Fieldhouse in Fayette. Robinson, man defense to Bird. Soderholm with it. Trying to get it inside. That's Bird, takes it to the hoop. Dunk right there. Hartman with a play and a dunk off the start, and it's 2-0 Eagles, and we'll show you that replay at the first break we get. 3 on the way, in the air, bounces around, no good, and down with a rebound comes Burton. A 3 from the corner by James Bird II. Makes it 5-0. Quick start. Coach Sherman's been concerned off and on during the year about a slow start, putting them in the hole. They've got a quicker start here. There's a little jumper in the lane, and that was easy. Kevion Blaylock with that one as he just extended over the top. He is 6'6", so he's got a size advantage out there. This is Bird, Soderholm, Burton, Robinson. Back to Bird. Gets a pick from Hartman. Soderholm with a 3 on the way and good. Christian Soderholm. 8-2. This is how the women's game started, 8-2, and then it slowed down to a crawl after that. Killing his dribble. Now with the basketball is Hood. Crusoe. Inside it goes to Gerhardt. He's stuck in the lane, can't get it to go. And Hartman with a rebound. Burton lets traffic clear, steps up, lays it up and in. Isaiah Burton. And a timeout called. While that timeout's called, let's see if we can go back to that Hartman dunk. See if we can find it. See if this is it coming up. Yep, there you see the backdoor cut and the dunk by Rainer Hartman. So that got it off to a start. Then a couple of threes and another basket, and it's 10-2 in favor of the Eagles after this quick timeout by William Penn. I'm sure the way William Penn plays, they're not concerned about the score right now. There's a lot of ball game left. We played 2 minutes of the first half. William Penn with the ball across half court. This is Crusoe into the corner. That's Gehrig with a three on the way. Can't get it to go. Hartman with another rebound and hands the ball to Robinson. Josh Robinson. Hartman over to Burton. Burton hit the big three, throws the ball away as he tried to get it through the lane. On the fly down the floor, laying it up and in is Dexter Hood. He accelerated and got down the floor in a hurry. 10-4 the score. I was telling you that Burton hit a big three and a couple of free throws in the ball game the other night. Soderholm tries a three, misses. Burton works hard to get the rebound. He's in the corner now with the ball again. Back out it comes to Robinson. He's going to look, wants to go. Around it comes over to Burton. Three on the way in the air. And good. Isaiah Burton. 13-4. Soderholm not quick enough right there to stay with the William Penn player. And again, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have a little trouble trying to get used to it. That's number 2, Kevion Blaylock. Kyle McDermott checks into the ball game. Burton checks out. Blaylock with it. Gehrig, top of the key. Underneath it goes. Tries to pass it through. McDermott picks it off. 2-on-2 with Blaylock running the floor. McDermott's left-handed. Soderholm comes out with it. Robinson over into the corner. McDermott's a three-point shooter, but not there. McDermott looks at another three. Going to kick it out. Robinson says, calm down and let's run offense. 10 on the shot clock. Wants Hartman to come set a pick. Now he's got Gehrig on him, which he'll like. Hartman underneath. Nice find by Robinson to Hartman. 15-4. Nice start. We're 4 minutes into this ball game. Through Gehrig's hands and out of bounds. A little bit hard on the pass, and the Eagles get the ball back. Eagles played Monday night after the game was moved from Saturday because of weather to Monday night, so they have not had as much rest time as normal from a Saturday to Wednesday ball game. They just had Monday to Wednesday, but they've come out on fire here. This is Bird the second. A lot of people on him. McDermott's left alone. Three on the way, won't go. Rebound by the Statesman. This is Blaylock down the lane. Swatted out of there by Hartman. Robinson down the lane, lays it up and in. Hartman had 4 blocks the other night in the ball game. He's got one here, and it turns into a transition basket. The men will have almost as many points as the women got in the first half of their ball game. Little short one missed there. Bird the second to the hoop. Underneath, lays it around up and in. Down the lane. Runner can't go. Gehrig with a rebound up and in. Chance Crusoe missed the first shot. And Nathan Gehrig cleaned it up. 19-6. Robinson goes left. Looks inside. There's Hartman. He wants to go to the lane and shoot a little jump hook. Does not do that. Kicks it back out. Bird the second. Going to come get a pick from Hartman. Steps around it. Puts a three up. It's going to be short. And on the attack come the Statesmen to the hoop. A little foul called, and that's okay because there was going to be a pass underneath for an easy shot, but a foul called instead. James Bird, the second, with the foul. His first personal foul, second team foul. 4 subs check in for the Statesmen, and we'll get numbers for those as we can get them figured out. 24 is Josh Watkins into the ball game. Looks like Gehrig is the only one who stays. And no, he's not the only one who stays. Malik Thomas also in. There's a 3 from the corner by one of the players who just got in the game. Didn't get a chance to even work up a sweat. Misses a 3. And the ball comes out and ends up now in Robinson's hands as he walks it across half court. Coach Sherman says run the offense. Seth Stegman into the ball game for the Eagles. McDermott. Robinson going to get a pick from Hartman. To the basket goes McDermott. Can't get it to go. Rebound and out on the run comes Brendan Faison. Underneath, can't get it to go. Missed shot, stripped away, laid up and in, and that's by Malik Thomas. Josh Watkins has to go take something off. I don't know. He's got a undershirt on that they're going to make him take off. And he's got to put his jersey back on. So we'll use this opportunity to try and figure out who else is on the court for the Statesmen right now. Number 3, Ahmad Pender out there. Faison and Pender. Thomas. And it could be 23, Eddie Daly on the floor. We'll soon see if we can get a number off of that. And Watkins. Stegeman. Bird. Burton. Robinson. Pick. Looked for laying down the lane. Burton going to take it to the hoop. Tries to pass it in the lane to Hartman, but gets away from him. And here comes Watkins to the basket. Gets his shot blocked. Second shot up and foul called, and I think that'll go on Burton. First personal foul, and to the free throw line will go Ahmad Pender. Pender is a 6'3" junior from Chicago. He averages 8.5 points a game. Makes the first one. They have 8 players averaging 8 points a game or more. They have 5 averaging in 6 averaging in double figures. Both free throws good, 19-10. And Robinson will bring it up slowly down the right side. Inside to Hartman, he's going to spin. Stegeman. Burton, left wing, going to dribble drive, step back, can't get a shot. Stegeman going to hit a 3, misses it. And here come the Statesmen on the run. That is Faison, he misses the shot. Watkins, back on around to Pender. Down the lane, spin move, scoop shot, can't get it to go. And Seth Stegman with a rebound. Trying to pick a pocket, not successful with that. Down the lane, losing the ball is Robinson rather, gets it back to Burton. And they're going to reset. This is Bird the second, over into the corner. Jumper three-pointer no good by Burton. Watkins with a 3, in and out no good. And Robinson with a rebound. Fast pace to this ball game. McDermott getting ready to check back in, as is Soderholm for the Eagles. Robinson. Stegman. Burton. Stegman in the corner. Thought about it, squaring up for a 3. Burton steps back. Jumper from beyond the free throw line. Just the edge of it. Good. Burton was 7 in the ball game. Lead is 11. Also getting ready to check in for the Eagles is Jake Branham. This is Daly with the ball. He fires a 3 halfway down. Well, can't get it to go. Burton's going to run it down, but slips and ends up traveling. Calling just out of bounds, and that'll get McDermott, Soderholm, and Branham into the ball game. Hartman goes out, Robinson goes out, and Bird goes out for the Eagles. It'll be Pender to bring the ball in. He gets it into Daly. Watkins tries to go down the lane, kicks it back out. This is Faison. He wants to take it down the lane against Branham. Does, puts it up, banks it in. Faison with his first 2 points of the ball game. And here comes Branham with the ball. He played well in the last ball game and gets himself some extra playing time here. Soderholm, Stegman on the right wing. McDermott pulls up for 3, comes up short, doesn't get anything, goes out of bounds. And it will go over to the Statesman. This is Faison bringing the ball up. Watkins resets, as does Pender. There's a screen down the lane. 3-pointer on the way. Back of the rim, no good. Tipped around. Soderholm down with it to McDermott. He gets it to Branham, and Branham going to walk it up. 21-12, 8:34 to go, or 10:34 to go. First half of action. Burton to the hoop. Gets his shot blocked. I think Watkins got his hands on that. This is Pender trying to take it to the hoop. Could have walked, no call. 3-pointer from the corner, good. Maybe that was Watkins. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet. Down the lane, McDermott gets his shot blocked again. Coach Sherman not happy with that so far. And they give the basket instead to Pender out of the corner. Burton reverses into the corner. Soderholm, 3 from there, in the air and good. Christian Soderholm, 24-15. 6 points, pair of 3s for him. Big man outside shooting another 3, probably not a good idea. That was Daly. 6'9" junior shooting 3s. Branham with the basketball, has Faison on him. Burton now with the basketball. And there's a foul called. Foul goes on number 1, Faison. His first personal foul. And it looks like we will have a timeout called. We'll see who's going to call that timeout. And it is a full timeout, so we'll take a 30-second break. Here with the Eagles leading 24-15, 9:32 to go first half. You're watching basketball action on the Eagles Sports Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
We're back. Eagles with a 24-15 lead over the number 3 ranked team in the nation. For the Eagles right now, they are led by Isaiah Burton with 7, 6 points for Christian Soderholm, 5 points for James Bird II, 4 points for Raynard Hartman, and 2 points for Josh Robinson. On the other side, it's balanced scoring all the way up and down. Josh Watkins with 3, and then everybody else has got 2. Bird II back in the ball game, finds Hartman going to the hoop. He's fouled as he uses the rim to protect getting his shot blocked as he went under and tried to scoop it back up, but he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Which is maybe not a good thing for the Eagles, as Hartman is 7 of 20 from the free throw line for 35%. He sinks the first one, just as he should, after I said he was not a very good free throw shooter. He's got 5 points in the ball game, including a dunk to get the game started. Second free throw, back of the rim, no good. Watkins with it, but it's tipped, ends up in the Statesman's hands. And that was Pender that had it. This is Faison. Driving down the lane, lays it up. Won't get a call. We'll have a moving pick, a screen, illegal screen in the lane, no basket. Eddie Daly out of DeWitt, Michigan with the foul, his first, and wipes out the basket. Soderholm, Brannon, Bird, Burton, and Hartman on the floor for the Eagles. 10-point advantage as we approach the 9-minute mark of the first half. Branham trapped without the ball, gets it to Hartman, too far from the basket, backs in, turns around, there's his little jump hook, but it doesn't go. Watkins with a rebound. Watkins into the corner, clears out now. Underneath it goes. This is the big man inside, scoop up and in. That is 23 Daly. His second point of the ball game, first 2 points of the game. Branham with Faison on him. There's the left-hand hook this time by Hartman. Hartman's only averaging about 7 points a ball game. He had 26 in the game against Benedictine. He's got 5 already in this ball game. Underneath, nice scoop shot. Ahmad Pender with that. Pender in the ball game. 4 points. Can't look away very long. Branham with a 3 in the corner, turns it down, heads to the lane. Low pass to Hartman. He's got to get it back out of there. Gets it to Burton with 10 on the shot clock. Branham's now got a 3, steps inside, 2. Pointer on the way, misses everything. Goes down, no foul called. Pender with the ball. Skips it over into the corner to Thomas. Pender now back it out and run it again. Man defense by the Eagles. Pender trying to take Branham off the dribble. Does. Shot altered by Hartman. That'll be third block of the ball game. And we've got a timeout called as Coach Sherman not happy. He's got a Robinson at the scorer's table to come in. Be a 30-second timeout, so let's quickly take a break and hear from one of our sponsors. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
Cutting up paper? What's that for? Yeah, what was that all about?
That you guys have been arguing about how the dealership's going to be named in the future. So I just thought we'd cut up the names and put an equal amount in there and then have a drawing, and that's what the name will be.
Hey, Ryan and Ross, can you come look at this trade-in?
Brick Ball Auto Group.
All right, that's a
They all say Rick Ball. They're all Rick Ball Auto Group.
And don't forget, shop us online at Rick.
We're back after the timeout. 27-19 Eagles. They've been up as much as 11 as they got off to a hot start. Josh Robinson back in the ball game. Burton, Soderholm, Bird, and Hartman, the original starters for the Eagles, on the floor right now. Bird comes around the screen at the top, has it now. Going to drive to the lane. Puts up an acrobatic shot, can't get it to go. Hartman gets the rebound, and he's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. That's the 4th rebound already for Hartman in the ball game. Eagles are credited with 2 blocks in the ball game as they wipe up the moisture off the floor from bodies being down on the floor. Hartman was at the line just a moment ago, hit 1 out of 2. Again, I told you he was about a 35% free throw shooter on the season, so big man from South Africa. 6'11" junior. First one clanks the front of the rim and crawls in. Exactly 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Second free throw, back of the rim, no good. Tipped around, 3 Statesmen after it, and Blaylock comes out with it. Newman back on the floor as well. Faison stays out there. Garrick back on the floor. Down the lane, the pass goes. And Hartman fouls on the attempt as Dexter Hood, 4 of the starters back in for the Statesmen, lays it in, and Hartman picks up the foul. That's his first personal foul. fourth team foul. Hood at the line to shoot a free throw. He's got 4 points in the ball game. In the air, nothing but net, 5 points. 28-22. Here comes pressure, double team coming. Robinson gets it to Burton across half court. He's going to come in. Ball fake. Free throw line jumper won't go. Blaylock with a rebound. In a hurry to Faison. Faison with a three on the way. Comes up short. Hartman with a rebound. Burton was in front of the pack going down the floor, but it was going to take a long pass, well executed to get it to him. So Robinson instead walks it up the court. Hartman, but the pass is picked off. Robinson on the run, tries to get it away, still after it. And it ends up in Faison's hands, and down the lane he goes, puts it up, lays it up, can't get it to go. But Gehrig ends up cleaning it up with a tip in. 28-24. The intensity has picked up on the William Penn side of the court. Soderholm. Burton well away from the basket, looks for the roll, doesn't get it. Soderholm with a three on the way, his third one of the first half. He's got 9, and it's back to a 7-point advantage. This is Blaylock. To Newman. Newman looks inside, wants to take Soderholm off the dribble, but he's got somebody in the way now, and he's going to be called for a dribble as he took an extra step to the side to get himself open after he had stopped the dribble. Coach Henry not happy with that, saying he had his foot and he went move like that, and exactly the way he's presenting it looks like a travel. So that's the way the call goes. Robinson going to walk it across half court, 5:10 to go here in this first half. Going to take it to the hoop. He's left-handed, puts it up too hard, and out on the run come the Statesman. Spin dribble inside, lays it up and in. That is Dexter Hood, and he's got 7 in the ball game. They have a lot of team speed. They get out and run. I can understand how they can get to 100 points on a regular basis. They average 105. Central trying to run some clock. Burton loses the handle on it, ends up in Blaylock's hands, down the floor. There's Hood again, lays it up and in. And a timeout call. I'm going to look Dexter Hood, leading scorer for them at 19-4. Kamari Newman next at 19-3. Kevion Blaylock, 15 points per ball game. I keep going. Nathan Gehrig, 11.9 per ball game. Kay Cager, who hasn't been in the ball game yet, 11.7. And then Brandon Faison at 9.8. So 5 players in double figures, another one averaging 9.8, then 8.5 and 7.9. So balanced, big scoring for the Statesmen as they've battled back in this, down 11 at one point in time. Now they're just down 3. We see the CMU Envy dance team that is well documented here with all kinds of banners for dance. I can look over and see 2 of them sitting up, 2017, 2018. Top 10 finishes, national championship dance team. So the Envy out on the court right now, as we'll be back to action in just a second. Fast start by Central, but it has slowed up considerably in the last 5 minutes or so, as the Statesmen are applying more pressure and deflecting passes, getting out and running. The official explaining to the player that shot the 3 that didn't count why it didn't count, and that is Newman. But Robinson's got the basketball, looks inside, can't get it to Hartman. Trey Meany into the ball game for the Eagles. Branham back in. Soderholm, Meany. Robinson, comes a pick from Hartman. Now they can look inside. Hartman had a mismatch for a little bit. 2 on the shot clock. Soderholm's going to have to put it up. Rolls around, no good. Hartman going to be called for a foul on the rebound, and that's his second personal foul. They cannot afford for him to get in foul trouble, as after him it drops off size-wise pretty consistently. Getting ready to check in is Will Miles, a 6'7" junior. Was a defensive lineman on the football team, was the biggest guy on the field height-wise, not on the basketball court. He's guarding a 6'10" player from the Statesman. This is Hood, who thinks he can get to the basket anytime he wants to, and he does. No foul with all the contact, and it's a 1-point Central Methodist lead now. Robinson, Soderholm, Branham, Meany, and Miles. Soderholm looks, he's got 3 threes, looking for another one. Has his pocket picked, and a left-hand dunk by Nathan Gehring. And the 11-point lead at 1 point is gone now, and Central Methodist trails by 1. Didn't expect the hot shooting and all to continue, and the passive defense that the Statesmen started playing. Once Coach Henry took 4 of his starters out of the ball game. Miles underneath, can't get it to go. Pender with a rebound, 3-on-3. Spin move, nowhere to go. Branham, and out he comes. He's all alone. Lays it up and in, end to end. Jake Branham on the steal. As everybody on the William Penn side was looking for a foul and stood around and watched, and it was a 2-on-0 fast break as Pender goes down and a foul called. That is Newman, rather, and he's going to go to the free throw line. Foul goes on Will Miles, his first. At the free throw line, Kamari Newman misses the first. Newman is a 60% free throw shooter on the season, averaging 19.3 points per ball game. Second one back of the rim, side of the rim, no good. Tipped up, tipped again, and I think we're going to get Gehring on the back this time. That'll be his first personal foul. Both sides at this point in time will be in the bonus from now on at 2:27 to go first half. 33-32 in favor of the Eagles as they've slowed the game down after the fast start. Soderholm, Branham, picked by Miles, doesn't roll like Hartman did. He's going to get another pick here. Into the corner, Meany. Robinson with 5 on the shot clock, rises up for a 3, can't get it to go, and it's going to bounce out of bounds untouched and go over to William Penn. 2 minutes exactly to go. Burton checks back in, as does Bird. Back into the ball game, Chance Crusoe. Or Kevin Blaylock, rather. Down the lane, looking for a way to the basket, and there's the second foul on Miles in about 2 minutes of playing time.
Fouls on number 25, Will Miles. His second to the line for the Statesman, Kamari Newman.
Kamari Newman back to the line to shoot a pair. Everybody slowly lines up with 1:52 to go. First free throw in the air, bounces off the back of the rim, no good. Second free throw, back of the rim, no good, and Miles with a rebound. Robinson to bring the ball up the court, 1 point advantage, 33-32 for the Eagles. This is Bird the second. Miles, not going to see him shoot, I'm sure. Robinson. Burton wants to go down the lane. Banker up, won't go. Foul call. He go to the free throw line and shoot a pair.
Fouls on number 5, Chance Crusoe.
Isaiah Burton to the free throw line. Chance Crusoe with his foul, the first foul for him. We're in bonus for both sides. It's a shooting foul, so 2 free throws for Burton. He makes the first. He made 2 free throws at the end of double overtime on Monday night to seal that victory. And he makes 1 of 2 here, and Miles almost picks up his 3rd foul in limited playing time. as Crusoe. Long three on the way, gets nothing, but it's caught underneath, put back up and in, and I think that's Hood again, and he's got 13 in the ball game now. And we're tied. Nope, they give that instead to Blaylock. To the basket is Robinson. And Miles picks up his third foul on the rebound, as the ball just would not drop for Robinson. It's going to be a 1-and-1 when we come to this end.
Into the game for the Eagles, number 15,
Seth Stegeman back into the ball game. Gehrig to the free throw line. He's got 6 points. Look and see, he averages a little over 11 a game. No good, and Soderholm with a rebound. So the Eagles have gone small because they're two bigs. Hartman's got 2. Miles came in and he picked up 3. So for the last 45 seconds now, it's going to be smaller. Soderholm corner three ball. That's 4 threes for him in the first half. He's got 14 total. And a 3 on the other end hits the top of the shot clock, or top of the backboard. Comes down to Burton, 1-on-3, thinks better of that situation, and gets it back to Robinson, 24. Only about a second difference between shot clock and game clock. So Coach Sherman standing almost at half court, telling his bunch to run the clock down and get one shot at the end of the half. They'll go to the lead. They've got a 3-point advantage. They go to half with the lead. Robinson down the lane, tries to put it up. Scoop shot won't go. 2 seconds, 1 second. Hood tries to get down in position but can't, and that will be the end of the first half with the Eagles on top 37-34. We'll give you a quick rundown on the scoring as they leave the court. Then we're going to go take a break and get stats up for you at halftime. For Central Methodist, they are led by Christian Soderholm. 14 points in the first half. Isaiah Burton with 8. 6 points for Rain Hartman. 5 points for James Bird II. And then after that, we get down to 2 points for Josh Robinson, 2 points for Jake Branham. On the William Penn side, they are led by Dexter Hood with 13. 6 points for Nathan Gehrig. 4 points for Ahmad Pender. 3 points Josh Watkins. And then 2 points apiece for Brendan Faison, Kevion Blaylock, and Eddie Daly. So there's your halftime scores, 37-34. We're going to take about a 4 or 5 minute break to get some advertising on, and then we'll be back with the halftime stats right after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Here at Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, my team is driven to be different. Different in a great way because we're going to give you the very best customer satisfaction anywhere. One of the parts about our dealership you will love is our 1995 oil changes. You get a free alignment check. You get a free multi-point inspection. You get a free car wash.
Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Here at Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, my team is driven to be different. Different in a great way because we're going to give you the very best customer satisfaction anywhere. One of the parts about our dealership you will love is our 1995 oil changes. You get a free alignment check. You get a free multi-point inspection. You get a free car wash. Everybody will get all of that combined for $19.95. Stop by today or come visit us at rickball.com.
When you buy a used car, how do you know that hasn't been in an accident? Experienced water damage or worse have major engine problems. This is Kyle Wymuth with WK. Here, all pre-owned vehicles less than 10 years old and under 100,000 miles come standard with peace of mind, wrapped up inside a 6-month, 6,000-mile powertrain warranty. And because we sell more vehicles than anyone in West Central Missouri, we get more quality trades, so we don't have to shop the used car auctions. For used car peace of mind, visit WK in Sedalia, Boonville, and at WKFamily.com.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
0% for 72 months, plus generous cash savings on our most popular trucks and SUVs now at WK. Enjoy 0% for 72 months, plus cash back on Silverado and Sierra trucks, most Buick SUV models, and the Acadia Terrain and the all-new 2020 Equinox. Winter is here, and there's no better time to get behind the wheel of a powerful new four-wheel drive than now at WK in Sedalia, WK Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Boonville, and at WKFamily.com.
You were cutting up paper? What's that for?
Yeah, what was that all about?
That you guys have been arguing about how the dealership's going to be named in the future. So I just thought we'd cut up the names and put an equal amount in there and then have a drawing, and that's what the name will be.
Hey, Ryan and Ross, can you come look at this trade-in?
Rick Ball Auto Group.
All right. That's it.
They all say Rick Ball. They're all Rick Ball Auto Group.
And don't forget, shop us online at rickball.com.
Devices for
We're back. It's halftime. The Eagles lead the Statesmen 37-34. Halftime stats up on the screen for you. You will see field goal percentage. William Penn is 15 of 35 for 42.9%. Central Methodist is 14 of 33. They're shooting 42.4%. From the free throw line, William Penn 3 of 8 for 37.5%. Central 3 of 6 for 50%. From the three-point line, the Statesmen 1 of 11 for 9.1%. Eagles, on the other hand, 6 of 13 for 46.2%. Rebounding-wise, William Penn 26, Central Methodist 20. Of those, 8 are offensive rebounds by William Penn, 3 offensive rebounds by CMU. Turnovers, 6 for William Penn, 5 for the Eagles. Assists, that doesn't show up on the screen, but I will tell you Central Methodist leads the assist number by 9-4. And the number of blocks, Central's got 2, William Penn's got 1. Also of interest, bench scoring, 13 points from the substitutes for William Penn, 2 for the Eagles. Points in the paint, 28 points 28 of their 34 in the paint by William Penn. 14 points in the paint by the Eagles. Second chance points, 14 points for William Penn. 6 for the Eagles. And then points off turnovers. Points off turnovers. William Penn with 8 to Central's 4. Scoring leaders, Dexter Hood with 13 for William Penn. For Central Methodist, Christian Soderholm with 14. Rebounding leaders, Hartman with 5, Blaylock with 5. Assist leaders, James Bird, the second for Central with 3. And Brandon Faison has 2 to lead his side. 37-34, biggest lead of the ball game was early on. Central Methodist got off to an 11-point lead. It got down to 1 in the first half near the end. A couple of baskets, a couple of free throws at the end, and Central has a 3-point advantage here as we've got about 6.5 minutes before we'll start the second half. So we want to make sure we get our advertisers their play that they need, because they make these broadcasts possible for me to come do these ball games and for Central Methodist to get them on and put them out for the Hart people. So those of you from William Penn watching, we appreciate you coming into the broadcast. Hope you're enjoying the sights and sounds from Puckett Fieldhouse. Long way from Iowa down here to mid-Missouri. So we're going to take a break for about a minute and a half, maybe a 2-minute break, and we'll be back after that with some more information and get ready for the start of the second half here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Cutting up paper? What's that for?
Yeah, what was that all about?
That you guys have been arguing about how the dealership's going to be named in the future. So I just thought we'd cut up the names and put an equal amount in there and then have a drawing, and that's what the name will be.
Hey, Ryan and Ross, can you come look at this trade-in?
Brick Ball Auto Group.
All right, that's it.
Hey, they all say Rick Ball. They're all Rick Ball Auto Group.
And don't forget, shop us online at Rick.
0% for 72 months, plus generous cash savings on our most popular trucks and SUVs now at WK. Enjoy 0% for 72 months, plus cash back on Silverado and Sierra trucks, most Buick SUV models, and the Acadia Terrain and the all-new 2020 Equinox. Winter is here, and there's no better time to get behind the wheel of a powerful new four-wheel drive than now at WK in Sedalia, WK Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Boonville, and at WKFamily.com.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, my team is driven to be different. Different in a great way because we're going to give you the very best customer satisfaction anywhere. One of the parts about our dealership you will love is our 1995 oil changes. You get a free alignment check, you get a free multi-point inspection, you get a free car wash. Everybody will get all of that combined for $19.95. Stop by today or come visit us at rickball.com.
Buy a used car, how do you know that hasn't been in an accident? Experienced water damage or worse have major engine problems. This is Kyle Wymuth with WK. Here, all pre-owned vehicles less than 10 years old and under 100,000 miles come standard with peace of mind, wrapped up inside a 6-month, 6,000-mile powertrain warranty. And because we sell more vehicles than anyone in West Central Missouri, we get more quality trades, so we don't have to shop the used car auctions. For used car peace of mind, visit WK in Sedalia, Boonville, and at WKFamily.com. Buy a used car, how do you know that hasn't been in an accident? Experience water damage or worse, have major engine problems. This is Kyle Wymuth with WK. Here, all pre-owned vehicles less than 10 years old and under 100,000 miles come standard with peace of mind, wrapped up inside a 6-month, 6,000-mile powertrain warranty. And because we sell more vehicles than anyone in West Central Missouri, we get more quality trades, so we don't have to shop the used car auctions. For used car peace of mind, visit WK in Sedalia, Boonville, and at WKFamily.com.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new digital you at Central Methodist University.
We're back. It is halftime. Just about 2 minutes to go before the start of the second half of action. Again, Central Methodist with a 37-34 lead over number 3 ranked in the nation, William Penn. The William Penn ladies upset the number 8 ranked Lady Eagles in the first game of the evening, 66-64 in overtime. And the Central Methodist men trying to make it a upset night here at Puckett Fieldhouse. Heart of America Conference has a Commissioner's Cup that is the given to the school that racks up the most points. The student athletes for what they do during the course of a season. Points are given for winning the conference championship and beyond. And in those standings right now, then they're based on the finishing in the sports of women's volleyball, men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, and softball. So we've had volleyball, basketball, and is going on now. But they also had soccer, of which Central Methodist men won their second consecutive national championship. The women advanced far in that. Volleyball won the conference tournament. So, but the standings in the Commissioner's Cup as they stand at the end of the fall semester, at the end of the first semester, Central Methodist is in first place in that, in the Commissioner's Cup with 35 points. Grandview next with 26. Evangel 23.5 points in third place. Fourth place is Baker with 23. Benedictine in fifth with 19.5. Mid-America is in sixth place with 17. Mount Mercy in seventh with 16 points. Missouri Valley is in eighth place with 14. William Penn in ninth spot with 9 points. Clark has 8 points, and that puts him at number 10. And then a tie at 11 between Culver Stockton and Graceland, both with 4, and Peru State with 2. So that's that as we get ready to go here in the second half. And we'll try and identify the people on the floor. I see Hood, Gehrig, Crusoe, Blaylock, and Newman on the floor for William Penn, and they'll have the basketball to start. It's Burton, Bird the second, Robinson, Soderholm, and Hartman the starters. So starters on both sides. Backdoor cut and a dunk right off the bat for Blaylock with a dunk, and it's 37-36. Nice play out of the locker room for baseline cut dunk. And there's Soderholm in the corner. His shooting in the first half was outstanding, but he misses that one. 3-on-1 to try to get an alley-oop, but it went off the backboard and was not corralled. James Bird the second. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rattles around. Koenig tips it ahead and to Hood's hands, and he comes down with a chance for the lead here. Right to the hoop. Foul called. No basket on the way there. And I think that will go on Burton. His second foul, and a quick timeout by Coach Sherman as he doesn't like the enthusiasm level right now as the Statesmen have come out running to start the second half, and the Eagles are going to have to match up with that speed and the effort that's going on right now with William Penn because they are racing up and down the floor. Just underway. First 2 points of the second half came on a Kevion Blaylock dunk off the baseline. They trail by 1, 37-34 at the half, 37-36 right now. Eagles have used 2 timeouts in the ball, or down to 3 timeouts in the ball game. 5 still on the board for William Penn. starters on both sides still on the floor. It'll be William Penn basketball underneath their own basket as we get ready to get back to action here in the second half of play. And a foul called, and it looks like it's going to go on Josh Robinson. It'll be his first personal foul. Team's second foul, as he must have held during the inbounds play. Into the corner, that's Newman with a long three. Doesn't get anything, and it's tipped around. And Robinson comes out with a basketball. Soderholm with Hood on him, straight man now. Down the lane is Burton, kicks it back out. Soderholm underneath to Hartman. Low pass taken away by Garrick. And Garrick down the floor. Into the corner it goes, where he just missed a three from, but the shooter's mentality, he goes ahead and hits that one. Kamari Newman. That says first 3 points of the ball game for him. And a 39-37 lead for William Penn. Bird down the lane. Soderholm tries to get across court pass. Dangerous to Robinson. He goes to the hoop, puts it up, scores, and it's a blocking foul that's going to go on Blaylock. Let's see if they count the basket. They tell him that it did go in. They do count it. Tie ball game. 4 points for him, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot. Seth Stegeman. Stegeman checks in. Soderholm checks out. Stegeman, a 6'5 junior from Jeff City. Free throw good, gives the Eagles a lead back at 40-39. Here comes Crusoe on the run, already into the front court. Looks to get a pick. Bird goes behind it. Hood to the hoop, lays it up, no good. Tipped around, almost basket interference. Hartman with a rebound, gets it out to Burton. 1-on-4, 2-on-4, pulls it back out and gets it to Robinson. Eagles want to slow the game down as the athleticism of William Penn and their speed has come into play here in the second half. Burton down the lane, gets it back, has it stripped, gets it away from him, turns around, puts it up and in. Isaiah Burton. 10 points in the game for him now, and back to a 3-point advantage for the Eagles. Right down the lane, laying it up and in is Chance Crusoe. They say it's first 2 points of the ball game for him. So 42-41. McDermott getting ready to check in. Bird to second. Robinson picked from Stegeman. Back over to Burton. Looks inside. Going to drive instead. Wants to pull up and jump. Shoot a jumper. Can't do it. Gets it to Bird. Underneath to Hartman. Couldn't believe how wide open he was. Missed the shot inside. Quickly down the court, but nice hustle. Stegeman gets back, tips it, and it goes off of a defender's hands, and they change the call now, and it'll be William Penn basketball. McDermott checks in. And I think that's Faison checking in. It is Brandon Faison. Blaylock, Gehrig, Newman, Faison, back to Gehrig. Gearing spins, turns left-handed, can't get it to go. Burton with a rebound, 3-on-3, and he's not going to push that envelope. Pulls it back out and waits. 42-41, 16:43 to go here in the second half of play. McDermott into the corner. Stegeman with a three on the way. He rims around and goes. Shooter's touch. Hit the back side of the rim, spun around and rolled in. And the lead's up to 4. Faison with the basketball, gets it inside. That's Hood. I believe, no, it's Blaylock. He goes to the hoop, can't get the basket, but he's fouled by Stegeman.
Foul on the Eagles, 15, Seth Stegeman, his first.
Daly getting ready to check in either after this first free throw or after the second made one. First one is good. He comes in. Gehrig going to leave. Soderholm checks back in as well. Hartman checks out. Second free throw good as well. 45-43. Josh Robinson going to walk it up the court. Bird, Stegeman, Robinson, Soderholm, baseline jumper on the way and good. 5 of 7 from the floor, including 4 for 5 from the three-point line for Soderholm. He's got 16 in the game. We're going to get a travel. Nope, we're going to get a foul beforehand. As Blaylock took it baseline. Second foul on Stegman. Ahmad Pender checks in and Daly checks out. As they're going to go smaller, the Statesmen do, as the Eagles have gone smaller with Hartman on the bench. This is Faison to bring the ball in. Tipped. Almost a nice play. Blaylock going to spin. Puts up a one-hander. Can't go. Ends up in Faison's hands, and he lays it in. If the PA announcer can't decide if he wants to go with Faison, or Faison. I was told Faison, so I'm going to go Faison. 2-point advantage for the Eagles. McDermott wing. Soderholm straight up. Stegeman out right wing. McDermott looks to go to the basket. Can't do it. Gets it back around. Bird down the lane. Going to put it up. Right hand scoop. Halfway down. Spins out on him. And Blaylock with the basketball. Ahead it comes. Left hand reverse. Won't go for Hood. And Stegeman has the rebound. And gets it to Robinson. Robinson across midcourt with a second and a half to spare. Stegeman, Bird, Soderholm inside. Stegeman gets an alley-oop, but it's a little too deep for him. Gets it back out. Robinson tips it and keeps it alive. Down to 7. Going to take it to the hoop. Going to be called for an offensive foul, and that'll be foul number 2 on Josh Robinson. And quickly up off the bench comes Jake Branham. And Robinson will go out for the time being. Faison will bring it up. 2-point advantage, Eagles, 47-45, 14 and a half to go here in the second half. That was Pender with the basketball. Newman to the hoop, left hand, scoops it up and in, tie ball game. Branham brings it up now for the Eagles, walks across half court. Stegeman, other side, going to dribble this way. To McDermott. He's going to get a pick from Soderholm. Wants to go to the hoop, but he can't. Good defense. Branham with it to the hoop. Cut off. Stegman going to take it to the hoop. Loses the handle on it. He's going to be called for a foul, and I think it is going to go on Blaylock. If it is, that's his second personal foul. Checking back in, Isaiah Burton. Bird goes out. McDermott to bring it in, gets it Soderholm in the corner. Stegeman going to run it all the way around. Brings it back, it's tipped and picked off. Laid up, no good. That's Pender with it, but a foul call. He's going to go to the free throw line, shoot a pair, and look for the lead. Kyle McDermott with the foul, his first personal foul. First free throw in the air, front of the rim, no good. Pender averages 7.9 per ball game. And if I go across, he's a 65.4% free throw shooter. Second free throw would give William Penn the lead. He misses them both, and there's a push-off on Blaylock underneath. And that'll be his third personal foul. Kevion Blaylock with the foul. Blaylock is a 6'6 junior out of Houston, Texas. Branham with the basketball. freshman from Springfield, Missouri. Soderholm wants to go to the hoop against Blaylock, who just picked up his third foul. Soderholm carrying the load right now, 18 points in the ball game for him. Newman with Burton all over him, and Burton picks up his third foul by checking him too closely. That puts William Penn into the bonus. They will be shooting free throws now for the next 13 minutes and 26 seconds. 3 team fouls on them, 7 on the Eagles. First free throw rattles in. Robinson checks in, Burton checks out. 1 point advantage, Eagles. Newman, 6 points, make it 7. And tied up again. Branham with the ball, Hood against him. Branham gets it across half court. Good looking freshman. Gets it to Robinson. Soderholm with a pick. McDermott, Stegman. Robinson wants to go inside to Soderholm, but he comes out and sets a pick. McDermott back to Robinson. Corner McDermott, 3 on the way. Good, Kyle McDermott. His first points of the ball game. Hood pulls up for a 3 on the other end, no good. Soderholm had the rebound. Blaylock took it away from him. No foul called and put back up and in. Dexter Hood with the basket. He's got 15 in the game, and Coach Sherman immediately gets Hartman back up to get back in and rebound. Stegman, Soderholm, McDermott. He wants to go to the hoop. Left-hander tries to put it up. Foul, and we'll see who they pick between Pender and Faison. Faison gets a foul. Second personal foul. Kyle McDermott to the free throw line. Hartman getting ready to check back in. 3 Statesmen getting ready to check in after the first free throw. McDermott will get a pair. Back of the rim, no good. And everybody will come in now. Hartman comes in. Stegman goes out. Malik Thomas into the ball game along with Eddie Daly. And Josh Watkins is the other one. Second free throw good. 4 straight points for McDermott and a 2-point advantage for the Eagles. 12:22 to go in the ball game. Faison backs out. Takes Branham to the hoop. Jump stop. Puts it up and in. As Hartman looked like he didn't want to contest it and pick up a foul, he's got 2. 12 minutes to go in this second half, in regulation I'll say, because 2 of the 3 games I've done here so far have gone to overtime. Hartman a little jump hook, bounces around and in. Hartman with 8 now in the ball game. Right around the pick to Daly, lays it up and in, and Hartman picks up a foul. That's the third foul as Daly, Eddie Daly, a 6'9 junior from DeWitt, Michigan, scores. He has 4 points in the game, and he's got 1 free throw to give William Penn the lead again. Does not do it. Soderholm with a strong rebound. Hands it back to Robinson, and he's going to bring it up very slowly across midcourt. Coach Sherman says we're going to run a play. Hartman at the top. McDermott steps back. 3 in the air, no good. And Faison with a rebound. On the run, he had a man open underneath the basket, but he's going to take it himself. Pull up, can't get it to go. Pender with a rebound, kicks it back out. Thomas with it. Malik Thomas gets it back to Faison. He's going to run the offense now. That's Daly trying to get it inside. Can't do it. Reverse around Watkins, 3 in the air. No good. And Hartman with a big rebound. Look down and see that's rebound number 7 for him. Robinson takes it to the hoop strong, lays it off to Soderholm, who lays it up and in. Soderholm now with 20 in the ball game. He is 8 for 11 from the floor. Faison trying to find a way to dribble through, throws the ball away. Good defense by the Eagles. Gets a turnover as Faison was trying to go one-on-one a lot and did not win that battle. Made a pass, and there was nobody home to catch it. Soderholm inbound to Robinson. 2-point advantage, 10.5 left in regulation time. Bird trying to go down the lane, jump stop. McDermott with a three on the way, comes up short, front of the rim. Daly with a rebound, hurries it down the floor, tipped away, but right into the hands of Malik Thomas. Thomas with his 4th point of the ball game, and we're tied again. Back and forth we go. Good effort by the Eagles so far against the number 3 team in the nation. Bird wants to go down the lane, stops, turns the other way, puts it up and in. 7 points for James Bird. And Hartman running the floor, stops a layup on that end and then blocks the shot, and then it's put back up and in by Daly. Nice hustle by Hartman to tip the pass away and then get up and make a block, but it ends up for naught as a basket is made on the other end of that anyway. Robinson, Bird the second. He wants to drive. He's got an advantage, he thinks, puts it up and in as he's taking Faison to the basket the last 2 times. Faison listed at 6'2". Bird listed as 6'1". Underneath it goes, and a dunk, about the 4th of the ball game, and a timeout called. As Eddie Daly dunks one and ties it back up at 61. He's got 6 points. We'll see if this is a full timeout. It is, so we'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back right after that on the Eagle Sports Network.
Buy a used car, how do you know that hasn't been in an accident? Experience water damage or worse, have major engine problems. This is Kyle Wymuth with WK. Here, all pre-owned vehicles less than 10 years old and under 100,000 miles come standard with peace of mind, wrapped up inside a 6-month, 6,000-mile powertrain warranty. And because we sell more vehicles than anyone in West Central Missouri, we get more quality trades, so we don't have to shop the used car auctions. For used car peace of mind, visit WK in Sedalia, Boonville, and at WKFamily.com.
Back from the timeout at Puckett Fieldhouse in Fayette, Missouri. 9:07 to go in this ball game, tied at 61, and it's been that way pretty much all along. Central had a 3-point advantage at halftime, and since then, I don't think anybody's been up more than 3 points in the second half. Central just scored, and then William Penn came down on the other end and scored to tie it up. It'll be Central basketball under the William Penn basket, so they'll have to come the length of the court to get to the offensive end. Whistle blows. Bird the second. Stegeman, Robinson, Burton, and Soderholm into the ball game. So Daly in the ball game for William Penn at 6'9" is the biggest player on the floor. Stegeman, Burton, Soderholm with a pick. Bird the second. Now he's got Hood on him instead of Faison. Soderholm takes it to the hoop. He's fouled. He'll get a pair of free throws. Christian Soderholm having quite a ball game. 8 of 11 from the floor, including 4 for 6 from the three-point line. He's got 20 points and 5 rebounds. And a timeout call by William Penn. And it looks like it's going to be a full timeout. So we'll take another quick break, let you hear something from one of our sponsors here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Cutting up paper? What's that for? Yeah, what was that all about?
That you guys have been arguing about how the dealership's going to be named in the future. So I just thought we'd cut up the names and put an equal amount in there and then have a drawing, and that's what the name will be.
Hey, Ryan and Ross, can you come look at this trade-in?
Rickball Auto Group.
All right, that's a
Hey, they all say Rickball. They're all Rickball Auto Group.
And don't forget, shop us online at Rick.
We're back. You look at the Envy Dance team of the Central Methodist University Eagles out on the floor. 61-61, 8:50 to go. Christian Soderholm, 20 points, leading scorer, 10 points for Isaiah Burton, and 9 points for James Bird II. On the other side, they are led by Dexter Hood with 13, and then it gets real even after that, as Brandon Faison has 8, and then 7 points for Newman, 6 points for Blaylock, Pender, Gehring, and Daly. 2 free throws for Soderholm. First one is good. 21 points in the ball game for him. That is his first free throw attempt of the night. Eagles 6 of 10. 7 of 11 as it just crawls back in. And here comes William Penn up the court. This is Hood, and he likes to go to the hoop hard. He does, misses, gets his own rebound, tips it up and in. 13 in the ball game for him, or is that going to be 15? It is 15 for him. Bird the second, Robinson. Burton in the corner, kicks it back out, tells Bird to back up a little bit. He does. He's going to take it down the lane. He's going to challenge Daly. Bad idea. Blocked. And here comes Hood on the run. Step through and lays it up and in. Dexter Hood back-to-back baskets and a 2-point advantage for William Penn with 8:05 to go. Burton going to get a pick from Soderholm. Stegeman thought about a 3, too far out. Gives it to Burton. Try to pass it inside on a give and go to Soderholm, but it's back. It's going to be an offensive foul, and that's going to be called on number 11, Malik Thomas, and it wipes out a basket. His third personal foul. And the next foul will put the Eagles in the bonus for the rest of the game. So on the next foul, everybody will be shooting free throws from now on fouls. They need to start the clock. Somebody pay attention to that. We're running. There we go. We got about 3 extra seconds of playing time. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt the Eagles. McDermott into the ball game. Bird the second looks inside, gets it to Soderholm. He's going to spin, give it out to Robinson with a 3 that doesn't go. Thomas with the rebound, but a pass thrown away, and here comes Robinson 3-on-2. Takes it to the hoop, goes left, scoops it up right-handed, and scores. 7 points in the ball game for him. Back to a tie game, as it probably should be. Inside it goes. This is Daly trying to post up Soderholm, who's got a size advantage, and they bring it back out and run it again. This is Thomas with a 3, won't go. Stegeman with a rebound, gets rid of it before he falls down, and Robinson's got it. As that's Crusoe on him. 2 subs getting ready to check in at the next dead ball for the Statesman. Stegeman, too far out for a 3, gets it back to Robinson. He gets a pick from Soderholm, who rolls, nothing available there. Down the lane, nice pass by Bird the second to Soderholm, and he's got 24 points, and the Eagles have the lead back by 2. Pull up 3 from deep by Hood, no good. McDermott runs it down, and Robinson says, calm it down and let's walk it across. He looks up, sees he's got 5 seconds to get it across. He gets it across in plenty of time before the 10-second count. So Josh Robinson just going to dribble it out a little bit against Crusoe. Stegeman squared up, didn't even look for the 3. Bird down the lane, behind the back pass Soderholm, little floater, bank shot, up and in, almost too hard but not enough. 26 points for Christian Soderholm, and the Eagles take a quick timeout. 69-65. We'll keep it here and look at some of the stats for you so you can get an idea. Bench scoring, William Penn has 27, Central with 9. Points in the paint. 52 points in the paint for William Penn out of their 65. Central 32 points in the paint. Second chance points, that's off rebounds and that's 22 for William Penn, 6 for Central Methodist, and points off turnovers, 13 points off turnovers for William Penn, 6 for Central. Turnovers, 9 for Central, 10 for William Penn. 15 assists, 16 assists now as they update the stats. For the Eagles, 9 for the Statesmen. So the Eagles distributing the ball a little bit better. The Statesmen scoring more off of turnovers, second chance points, and around the basket. 69-65 with 5:53 to go, and the Statesmen are right now 40 points under their average. The Eagles will be approaching their average with 3 more baskets. So we're back to action. This is Crusoe with the ball. Onto the wing, Newman, left-hand three on the way, halfway down, won't stay down. And I think that's Hood, or Dexter Hood, put it back up and in. He's got 19 now in the ball game. And it's back to a 2-point advantage as the rebounding really coming into play again. 15, now 16 offensive rebounds for the Statesmen. Here comes Stegman out to give a pick to Robinson. He opens up the lane down there, and he lays it up and in. Blaylock tried to alter the shot. Didn't work. Here goes Newman to the basket, cuts through, puts it up left-handed. It goes out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Eagles. Coach Henry yelling at his players to play defense and play hard. Robinson brings it up. 4-point advantage, one more basket, and the Eagles will be at their average for the year. Bird the second, tries to find room, backs up. Now takes another run at Blaylock, who's got 3 fouls. McDermott, the pass gets away from him, and it goes out of bounds. Coach Sherman right by it, shakes his head and walks away. Newman, I don't know, Coach Henry was yelling at Newman to go back there and get the ball. As soon as he touched it, he gave it to Crusoe. Now he's going to take it down the lane against McDermott and lay it in. And we're back to a 2-point ball game at 71-69. 4.5 to go in regulation. Robinson looked for a cutter. Bird tripped, so he couldn't go to him. Soderholm rises for a baseline jumper, won't go, tipped out of bounds by Stegeman. And William Penn with the basketball, chance to tie or take a lead with 4:12 to go in regulation. Hartman ready to check back in at the next dead ball for the Eagles. Newman splits the defense down the lane, tries to get a pass. It's tipped out of bounds by the Eagles. It will stay, and Hartman comes in, and Stegeman's going to go out as they get some size back in, as Daly is in there at 6'10". Is that what Daly? 6'9". I gave him too much height. This is Blaylock in the corner. That's Daly. Newman. Crusoe. Newman. Daly with a 3 from the corner. Buries it, and the lead goes back to William Penn. 72-71. The bench and the few fans here from William Penn hoop it up a little bit. Robinson dribbles right, looks inside. Hartman with it. He's going to go in, go left, put a left-hand shot up, partially blocked by Daly, and it ends up in Newman's hands, and he's on the run. Crusoe inside to Daly. He backs in, gets a shot up over Hartman, and McDermott with a rebound. McDermott not very big. They list him at 6'3". He certainly doesn't look 6'3", but he got that rebound with 3:09 to go as the clock continues to tick. It's a 1-point lead. Robinson to McDermott. He dribbles top of the key, hands it off to Bird. Bird wants to go against Hood, gets a pick. Now he's got Daly on him, and he doesn't like that, but he can't get the ball inside to Hartman, who had a big mismatch, but that didn't work. Hartman gets the alley-oop, the lob, lays it up and in. 10 points for Hartman in the ball game. Newman, 1-point Central lead, 2:40 to go. Newman, left-hand dribble, goes baseline right, foul outside. He'll go to the free throw line. Josh Robinson, his 3rd personal foul, and that will send Newman to the free throw line, where I look to see he is an 84% free throw shooter. Gehring back in. And Isaiah Burton comes back into the ball game for the Eagles. Hartman goes to the bench with 3 fouls. It's not why he's over there. Free throw good by Newman. We're knotted up again at 73. Hartman gets ready to check back in. I don't know if he can because no time's come off the clock. He just went out, and now he's back. And Bird's going to go out. (73-all), 2:37 to go. Second free throw for Kamari Newman is good. Soderholm. And the Eagles will walk the ball up the court with 2:33 to go. Robinson. Burton. Going to hand it off to McDermott. Going to get a pick. He's going to take it down the lane, put it up left-handed, can't get it to go. Hartman gets it, puts it up, too hard, can't go. Soderholm with a rebound, puts it up, and it goes, and he's fouled. Christian Soderholm with a night. He's got 28. Eagles have a 1-point lead, and Soderholm's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 1. President Roger Drake down in front cheering on the Eagles. Second row. Soderholm. Free throw is short. And Blaylock comes down with the ball. He hasn't done much lately. He's got 6 points. He had those early in the first half. This is Crusoe. Hood gets a pick, goes to the hoop, lays it up left-handed, can't get it to go, tipped up and in. Hood's raising his hand, or Blaylock raises his hand like he thinks he got credit for it. He did. He's up to 8 points. And back in front is William Penn by 1. Robinson. Blaylock down the lane. Pulls up. Jumper in the air. No good. Hood with a rebound. Now William Penn looks to extend the lead. They have a 1-point lead, the ball, and 1:27 to go in regulation. Hood. Newman has his shot blocked, but a foul called on Burton, and it's a 3-point effort, and it's going to be 3 free throws for Newman. 4th foul on Burton in the ball game. Newman with 3 free throws. He is 4 of 8 at the free throw line, but he made the last 2, and he makes the first one here. Sub coming in, James Bird the second. He can't come in yet because it's 3 free throws. He comes in after right before the last free throw is attempted. There's this one is the middle one. Back of the rim, no good. Now he can come into the ball game. So Hartman, Soderholm, McDermott, Robinson, and Bird on the floor. Second free throw good. And a timeout called. Called by William Penn. 78-75, as big a lead as William Penn has had in the ball game with 1:20 to go. We'll stay here and talk to you a little bit more. The women's game went overtime, and William Penn winning by 2, 66-64. The men's game has been tight the entire second half. The Eagles got off to a good start. We're up 11 early in the first half, up 3 at the half, and since then it's been back and forth with nobody having any more than a 3-point lead. Eagles now have the basketball. Down 3. Everybody shooting free throws. The Eagles have 10 fouls, so William Penn will be shooting double bonus the rest of the way. Only 7 fouls on William Penn, so it's 1-1 for the Eagles on any common foul call now. So we'll see how Coach Sherman wants to play this. And I hope his parents out in Colorado are watching. Hope you're enjoying the ball game wherever you are, whether you're a Central Methodist fan or a William Penn fan. A lot closer ball game than I think most people thought this would be. Christian Soderholm with a monster game for him as he's got 28 points. Robinson picks it up. 1:16 to go. Gives it to McDermott. He's going to give it to Bird. He's going to work one-on-one. Try some separation. Can't get any. Robinson with a three on the way. Halfway down. Won't go. Hartman had the rebound. Halfway down. Hits the back of the rim. No good. Gehring with a rebound. 1 minute to go, and the Statesmen are going to slow it down, get a good shot, and make it a two-possession game. Either way, a foul is going to be 2 free throws. They're just going to go back and forth. They can't run the clock out. It's 15 on the shot clock, 47 on the game clock. The Eagles have to play good defense and get the ball back with a chance to tie. Newman with a long three, halfway down, won't go. And Hartman with a rebound. Hartman with a double-double now, 10 points and 10 rebounds. Robinson, Bird in the corner, three on the way from him, won't go, tipped around, and ends up in Blaylock's hands, and he's fouled by Soderholm with 22.7 to go. 2 free throws will make it, even 1 free throw will make it a two-possession game. And if they escape with a win, William Penn is going to consider itself pretty lucky that they'll say they didn't play very well. The Eagles have played hard in this ball game. They certainly don't look like a 5-11 team against a 15-1 team. First free throw, good by Blaylock. Ahmad Pender into the ball game. 6 or 7 points, as they haven't put one up on the board yet for, I don't think. It says 6. We'll keep it here. No, we won't. It's a full timeout, so let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with the remaining 22-7 in regulation on the Eagle Sports Network.
Buy a used car, how do you know that hasn't been in an accident? Experience water damage or worse, have major engine problems. This is Kyle Wymouth with WK. Here, all pre-owned vehicles less than 10 years old and under 100,000 miles come standard with peace of mind, wrapped up inside a 6-month, 6,000-mile powertrain warranty. And because we sell more vehicles than anyone in West Central Missouri, we get more quality trades, so we don't have to shop the used car auctions. For used car peace of mind, visit WK in Sedalia, Boonville, and at WKFamily.com.
We're back. 79-75. I think there's 1 free throw left to shoot for Kevion Blaylock. Biggest lead for the Statesmen. So if you're just tuning in to see what the end of the ball game looked like, we're at the end of the ball game, and it's a 4-point advantage, the biggest for the Statesmen in the game. As the women's game went at overtime, and the Statesmen women won that ball game 66-64 in OT. 1 free throw coming for Blaylock here. Says 6 up on the board for him, so we'll go with that as I look down at my stats, and it does say 6 points. So he's got a free throw. It's a 2-possession game right now. The Eagles need 2 scores at least to get even. 79-75. Second free throw, rims out, no good. Soderholm with a rebound. Blaylock no good on the layup, and out they come with it. As I was trying to figure out who that was, it went towards the hoop. The foul, Soderholm with his 3rd personal foul. He's got 28. He also has 6 rebounds in the game, as it's now down to 14.5, and it's a 4-point game. And I believe this is Blaylock back at the line again, where he just made 1 of 2. Hits the first one. 8 points in the game for him. 5-point game. It's a 2-possession game no matter how you look at it. Second free throw is good as well. 9 for him. Soderholm gets it in. Not touched yet by Bird. Now it is. He's going to race it up the floor. Step back. Look for a 3. Can't find it. Throws it, and it's away from Branham and out of bounds. 9 seconds to go. And it looks like the Statesmen are going to escape Puckett Fieldhouse with an 81-75 victory, as they're going to bring it up and hang on to it for the final buzzer, which is right now. And there is the buzzer to end the ball game. Valiant effort by the Eagles as Soderholm scores 28. They fall 81-75. They're up 37-34 at the half. Outscored in the second half 47-38 for a 6-point advantage for the Statesmen from William Penn. They win the ball game, go to 16-1 overall, 9-1 I think in conference, as I'll look at their numbers before we started. They'll go to 10-1 in the conference. The Eagles go to 5-12 and 6-7 in the Heart of America. So we'll do a quick rundown. Christian Soderholm, I want to make sure we give him credit for what he did. He had 28 points on 11 of 15 shooting, 4 for 6 from behind the three-point line, 2 for 3 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds for him. Hartman with 10 points, 10 rebounds. 10 points for Isaiah Burton. And 9 points for Bird and Robinson. I'm looking to see where the other points come from. 4 points for Kyle McDermott. And 2 points for Jake Branham. On the other side, pretty balanced scoring. 19 for Dexter Hood. 13 for Kamari Newman. As I'm looking to see if it were any further down than that. There we go. And then 9 points for Eddie Daly. 9 points for Kevion Blaylock. 8 points for Nathan Garrick. 8 points for Brandon Faison. And then 6 points for Ahmad Pender. And 4 points for Malik Thomas. And 3 points for Josh Watkins. So that will do it. Ladies game 66-64 in overtime. Final score here, 81-75, I believe was the final score. So that will do it from Puckett Fieldhouse. The Eagles are on the road this weekend as they travel to Baker on Saturday. We're back here next Wednesday night, I think. Yeah, a week from tonight when they will play host to, let me look real quick because I had it earlier, on the 22nd. They'll play Clark here in a women's and men's doubleheader. So from Puckett Fieldhouse, that's the way the night ends. Central puts up a valiant effort, but they fall to the Statesmen, 81-75 from Puckett Fieldhouse.